sewage sludge. We want to talk about its utilization. We want to talk about its permit processing, the application process. We also want to talk about the law and the regulation that allow us to utilize sewage sludge. And so I have to keep rolling this.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we continue. We want to move to the first slide. And so the first slide is asking the question, what is sewage sludge? Sewage sludge is not a raw sewage from the wastewater treatment plant, but it is the end product, one of the end products of the treatment of the wastewater process. There are other products that come from it. You have biogas, you have other things like clean water that you can also take to the stream. But then the biosolid is one of it, and that's what we want to talk about. But then after treatment of the organic compounds and the disease-killing organisms in the sewage sludge, then the fine particle that remains is the biosolids, and that is what can be put on land for agricultural purposes. Now, how is it utilized? Biosolids can be utilized in various ways. We have agricultural application, reclamation and marginal land application. And you can see in the opening page, the cover page, you will see the picture of a marginal land. It was completely barren, completely with sand. But after the application of biosolids, it became what you saw, that beautiful land that you saw on the cover page. So that is one of its utilization, one of its application. I also see distribution. This is the one you can buy from Home Depot or what else? Lowe's. You can buy it, it's packaged. Buy it and you put it in your flower bed, flower pot, or so on and so forth. Then you have energy generation or incineration. It can also be burned and used to generate electricity or any kind of power. Then disposal and alternative utilization at the municipal land fields. Research and innovative projects. Moving on, so we have how is it utilized? We want to focus on agricultural land application. And so it is applied on agricultural land because it is a recycled product. It returns essential nutrients to the soil, nitrogen, phosphorus, zinc, and copper. And what else? It adds organic matter to the soil. What is more, it reduces the cost of fertilizers to the farmers. Farmers appreciate it very well because instead of buying fertilizers, they now use biosolids, which help them a lot. We have farmers here, they will testify to that. They have high water content. Yeah, they have high water content that returns moisture to the soil. And the soil appreciate that, especially the plants, they appreciate that. What's more, they contain lime. They raise the power, the pH of the soil. There are some soil without pH, and so the lime stabilized biosolids, they return pH or they add lime to the soil. So how is it regulated and why is it regulated? It is regulated to protect the public health and the environment. Yes, and what's more, to protect the groundwater and the surface water. Because if it's not regulated, too much nutrient will flow into the groundwater or the surface water, and that will cause pollution. And so it is regulated so that it's not done that way. To protect public health and the environment. Groundwater and surface water of Maryland. Through what? Regulated through the wastewater treatment plants and site-specific permits. Yes. The class A products, once they come out of the wastewater treatment plant, because they are class A, you can utilize them. But the class B products, they have to be utilized with site-specific permits. That is what we give. We give permit for class A, we give permit for class B products. So treatment requirements. The treatment requirement for sewage sludge before a source, a wastewater treatment plant, is allowed to use its sewage sludge into the ground or for farming purpose. This is what happens. The sewage sludge analysis, various analysis reports are monitored. They analyze the sewage sludge and we review them. It says the review of historical sewage sludge analysis reports. Yep. So we review various years to see if they meet the constituent requirements before they are allowed to be applied on land. Monitoring and review of the treatment methods. Facility inspections. Ongoing monitoring of nutrients, method, and PCB contents. The record keeping and annual reporting. At a minimum, before sewage sludge is applied on land, it must meet the class A standard. And that is also the EPA 40 CFR Part 503. Currently in Maryland, we have 34 of those class B sources. In other words, there are 34 wastewater treatment plants in Maryland that we use their sewage sludge or their biosolids after treatment on farms. That's what it's saying. We move on now, the treatment requirements. We have the pathogen reduction, we have the constituent limits, and we also have vector attraction reduction. Pathogen reduction. In other words, after the treatment of class A product, the pathogens are below detectable limits. Pathogens, those are disease-causing organisms. Then the class B, the pathogens are detectable, but they do not cause harm. Then we have the constituent limits. They also call the pollutants, but we call them constituents. So we have the arsenic, the cadmium, copper, lead, mercury, and so on and so forth. Vector attraction reduction. Vectors are disease-carrying organisms. They are reduced. It's treated in such a way that flies, rodents, and so on and so forth cannot perch on it and carry disease from them. So these are the treatment pathogen reduction. You have the class B. There are 3 alternatives. Monitoring of indicator organisms, use of the process to significantly reduce pathogens, and the use of the process equivalent to the PSRP. And the PSRP process involves anaerobic digestion, aerobic digestion, lime stabilization, air drying, and composting. So these are the various methods you can make a sewage sludge be a class B product that you can apply to agricultural lands without being afraid that you will get disease from it. Then the class B, class A, which is a higher class, is treated in these various ways. Thermally treated, thermal is heat, high heat. Biosolid treated in high pH temperature process. Biosolids treated in other processes. Biosolid treated in an unknown process. Then processed to further reduce pathogen. Remember, the other one is processed to significantly reduce pathogen. Then it is processed to further reduce pathogen. That is why it becomes a class A product. Then process equivalent to process further to reduce pathogens. And these are the various processes: composting, heat drying, heat treatment, thermophilic, anaerobic digestion, or aerobic digestion, beta ray or gamma ray irradiation, the pasteurization. A lot of work is put into it to make sure biosolids are utilized in a safe way in order to prevent diseases being carried out and harm people. So these are the constituent limits of the treated biosolids. And when they are treated, we make sure that these limits are followed. For instance, the saline concentration, milligrams per kilogram, arsenic is 7 to 5. Any of these, once it's above, that sewage sludge cannot be used, cannot be applied on agricultural land. So sewage sludge land applied to agricultural sites must meet these constituents. If anyone is out, that sewage sludge cannot be applied. Treatment, vector attraction reduction, vector attraction reduction. These are the various vector attraction reduction processes that they use for sewage sludge or biosolid. You will hear me say sewage sludge or biosolids. The names are used interchangeably. Biosolids, sewage sludge. Moving on now, for agricultural land permit, before a contractor wants to apply a sewage sludge on the land, they will send us application that we need to review. And this application, these are the requirements we want from them. They contain the application form, they contain site form, site information form, the kind of soil on that site, and so on and so forth. They complete owner's consent form. Yeah. They also complete the manganese advisory form. The manganese advisory form and the owner's consent form puts the owner to know that they want to apply sewage sludge on their property. And so they have to read about it and sign that I am allowing the contractor to come and apply sewage sludge on my farm. So those are those forms, very important. Then we have maps, the site information map. It tells us how many feet are going to be used. And it tells us the kind of, sometimes the crop they want to plant, and sometimes it also tells us the slope. Then we have the aerial map. We have the tax map for us to know that this property belongs to this person. And this is the person that signed the owner's consent form. And what is more, I think those are all the maps that we require for them: the site map, the aerial map, the tax map, and the topographic map. Yep, there are 4 of them. Moving on now, we have the analysis, the sewage sludge analysis report, which is this one. Then we have the soil analysis report. So they have to analyze the soil. They want to apply the sewage sludge for us to know what is already there, so that they will not have applied constituents on the farm. So if already the constituent, for instance, the soil, for instance, already have too much arsenic, then they cannot apply more to shoot the arsenic over. That is why it's very important that we require those sewage sludge analysis report and the soil analysis report. We have plans that they submit for us. The first plan there is theirs, telling us what they want to do. Yes. So on and so forth. Then they also have the second plan there. It's also theirs, telling us that one is called nutrient management plan. And that is what you people are here to know about. So we have this operational plan, we have the nutrient management plan, and you can see that big sign there, $sign. What does it mean? We need some money from them. Permit application fee. They also have to give us the permit application fee. Not too expensive, just for them to get committed, and therefore us to pay a little bit of things we like to do in our work. So this is it. Agricultural land permit, information required. Moving on now. Agri land permit site requirement. So before they apply on the land, we go to inspect the site. The project manager will go inspect the site with the permit applicant. And then sometimes we can also call in, if they want to, the landowner, the head department go with us. Then the soil department, are they called soil department or soil conservation districts? Very well. They go also with us to do site inspections. Application rates based on expected crop yield and plant available nitrogen in sewage sludge. Yes. So each of those sources that we talked about before, we do something they call PAN, the plant available nitrogen, for us to know this source has this amount of nitrogen in it, so that they will know about apply this nutrient on the right. Sorry, say something. That's a question. Okay, no. Now we move on. Slope restrictions. Talk about that before. Slope restrictions between 5% and 15%. We allow that, but with some site-specific restrictions. But sometimes it can also go to 20. And so they tell us that, you remember the site map we talked about, that they need to tell us that this field has this slope, this slope, this slope, and so on and so forth. 5%, 10%, 20%. Buffer areas, they have to mark that out when they are applying. Minimum soil pH of 6, very important. If it is lower than 6, we tell them to build it up to 6. And if it is more than 7.5, we tell them not to apply until it comes below 7.5. That is what the law requires. Adverse weather conditions restrictions. During winter, they do not apply. Is it December 16 to February 28? I think so, yeah. Yeah, December 16 to February 28. They do not apply on the sites because of winter conditions. So we call that adverse condition restriction. Truck must be cleaned on site to prevent drag out of soil or sewage sludge into public road. Very important. Sewage sludge, some people don't like it. And so it's even more annoying if vehicles put them to the road. And so they make sure that before their trucks get out of the site, it's cleaned so that it will not carry sewage sludge onto the public roads. Very important as well. So we're moving on now to the site requirements. And so following application onto the soil, what happens? Signs may be required for 30 days. Animal grazing restricted for 30 days. Public access to the site must be controlled for 1 year. And then crops to be eaten raw by humans restricted for 3 years. Very important as well. So these are the general provisions for application of sewage sludge on land. Permit is issued for 5 years and can be renewed after 5 years. Prior to land application, the permittee informs MDE that the county health department, environmental health division, I forgot to mention the other time. Environmental health division is also there. Then the soil conservation districts. And also inform sometimes the MDA, where we send them the NMP, they also are aware of it. The record keeping and reporting. This is very important for us to know what they are doing. The source of the sewage sludge they are applying on the land, the type and quantity of sewage sludge received and applied on each field, that is soil pH, the updated NMP after application. After application, they send us updated NMT yearly that we review. If there's any issue with it, we let them know that there's an issue with it, they need to correct it. And sometimes they are also penalized for this application. That is why it is regulated. That is why it's a regulated product. And that is why sewage law cannot just be applied by any person. Before you apply sewage law in Maryland, it must be permitted. And you are accountable for its use. It is not abused. Going further, we have records. The records are kept on the site during operations, so that if inspectors go there, they will see what they are doing. Nothing is hidden, it's open. Those records are there. And these records are as well as sent to MDE, Maryland Department of the Environment, because the regulation of sewage sludge is right under our control. So they send it to us for us to review. In summary, after all this I will say, we do all this to control public health of Marylanders. That's what we do. Yeah. I see right there. FDA control measures are designed to protect the public health and the environment. And so, want further information? That's it. FDA, that's our website, and that is EPA website. You have the this note with you, so you can quickly go there to find further information. So this is our contact, Land and Material Administration, Resource Management Program, Biosolids Division, Sewage Sludge Utilization Section. There are too many. So, but you see that the Sewage Sludge Utilization Section is under the Biosolid Division. Yeah. So our phone number, that is it, and that's our fax. And so if you have any question you want to ask us, you can contact us through there. And right now, if you want to ask me any question, please go ahead. Yes.
Well, I don't know if it's a question for you or Brian, but if say there's somebody spreading it on a golf course and you need a nutrient management plan for it, does the biosolid need to be tested every year for that nutrient management plan? Or like how long is that analysis good for?
For one application, once it's applied, that analysis, the sewage sludge is analyzed before it's applied.
Yeah, how long is that good for, that analysis for the nutrient management plan?
It's good for that period of this application.
For the 5 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that,
Unless there is a re-application.
And remember, some of those
Please, excuse me.
I'll get it.
Go ahead.
NDE puts out a pan table. for
That's
the
where I was
Class B.
going. But yeah, go ahead.
The Class B biosolids, I'm Lisa, anyway, hi, everybody. Hi, Jerry.
Yes, go ahead.
So they put out a pan table every year based on like all the treatment plants have to turn in analysis depending on the size of their plant. So some of them are monthly, some of them are quarterly, whatever it is. Those biosolids analysis get sent into MDE as part of their treatment requirements. And then MDE comes up with a table that says treatment plant A, nitrogen is this, their phosphorus is this, and they put that out for the year. So every year they update that table based on the new data. So that's for Class B. For Class A, which would most likely be going to a golf,
Very well.
would be typically the same kind of thing, but a permit for a Class A product would be treated further, and that treatment would have the requirements of the testing required in that permit. So depending on how large again that is, if it's a small generator, it might only be once or twice a year. If it's a large one, it takes a Class A, like a pellet or a compost, it might be monthly. So basically what they would do is take the average for that typically that year, but it's going to be averaged over the year or whatever you work the plan. And the plan is good for, the 3-year time frame. Our MDE permits are 5, but the NMP is going to get updated every year. It's
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah. Any further question before Lisa comes to give her part? Okay, thank you.